Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round 1 of our league tournament that happened at Die Hard Games on October 3rd, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play at whatever format everyone wants. Spooky League Challenge Thursday, October 24th at 6 p.m. Surging Sparks Prereleases start Saturday, October 26th at 1 p.m. and League Cup Saturday, November 23rd at 11 a.m. all Central Time, all at Die Hard Games. Go see more info in this video's description and check out Pokemon's event locator for premiere and other events at the shop, such as League Challenges, League Cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's research this game. On the left, Gholdengo. On the right, Miraidon. Looks like our Gholdengo player is going first here as they draw the card for the turn. Attach an energy, metal energy, to the active Gimme Ghoul. And it looks like that might be all they have for this turn as they take a look through their hand to determine if any other cards should be played right now. Oh, it looks like just a pass back to the Miraidon player. A very scary situation for our Gholdengo player to be in versus this very speedy Miraidon deck. I imagine we'll see a Miraidon use its ability first, but I guess not before an Arven. That supporter card allows the player to search their deck for an item and a tool card. Usually the item is that electric generator, but just depends on what's in hand and what's the strategy, as they seem to target a nest ball here as the item of choice, and a rescue board to allow that active Miraidon to retreat for free out of the active spot. Looks like the nest ball is potentially being played now. That item card allows the player to search their deck for a basic Pokemon and put it on their bench. Looks like they will put the Iron Hands EX down, as well as that Iron Thorns EX. Okay, we actually did not do the Nest Ball. That was actually Miraidon's ability, Tandem Unit. Tandem Unit says once per turn you can search your deck for 2 basic Lightning Pokemon to put onto the bench. So the 2 basic Lightning Pokemon Miraidon brought out were the Iron Hands EX as well as the Iron Thorns EX. Now we are seeing the Nest Ball here that allows the player to search their deck for a basic Pokemon to put onto the bench. And let's complete things with the Raikou V here. All the Miraidon player has to do is attack. Next is Electric Generator. Look at the top 5 cards of the deck, and you can attach up to 2 lightning energy you find there to your bench lightning Pokemon in any way you like. The 2 lightning go on to the Raikou V, and I think that might be game, unfortunately, here. We have the rescue board in hand already. That allows the Miraidon to retreat, and Raikou V has the attack Lightning Rondo. That does 20 plus 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon in play. 80 damage right here. More than enough to KO the Gimme Ghoul for game, and that's what we call a donk in the Pokemon trading card game. And the Miraidon deck takes a speedy victory here in our first round. It happens sometimes in the Pokemon trading card game. Let's go ahead and go forward a little bit where it looks like our players are playing a second game for fun here. Gimme Ghoul in the active over on the left, and Iron Bundle start on the right. Pheasantipity EX put onto the bench here for our Miraidon player. And let's see if they can find the Miraidon on this turn. No, in our fun game, Miraidon player goes first with just Iron Bundle active and Pheasantipity EX on the bench. Kind of a reversed situation going on. Okay, so first a Choi. We're going to do some research here in this professor's lab today. Let's see what that supporter does. Choi says Each player reveals their hand, then the Choi player draws 3 cards. So you get a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of cards added to the hand. Next is the Hyper Aroma. That a spec item card allows the player to search their deck for up to 3 Stage 1 Pokemon. No, the Origin Form Palkia V-Star does not count as a Stage 1 Pokemon. It's a Pokemon V. It's a V-Star Pokemon. We'll see if our players catch that here. Either way, this is just some free play just for fun. Since that first tournament game ended so quickly, our players decided to get some more Pokemon games in. It's what I like to see here on League Night. I'm not sure if they'll catch that they cannot grab the Palkia V-Star or not. So especially since this is just a for fun game, we'll just move forward with it. They grab the Palkia V-Star and double Gholdengo. Those are all now added to the hand. Can we at least get one more bench Pokemon down to avoid that situation of being donked like there was in the first game? It's not looking like it though, so Gimmighoul's going to go for the continuous coin toss. Flip until you get heads, or until you get tails, but the first roll was tails, so we won't even think any further on that as play starts over, or continues over on our Miraidon player's side with just a bunch of junk in hand, like no playable cards. You can attach an energy, but that's about it. So energy attached to the active, and pass things back over to our Gholdengo player, who starts things off by benching an Origin Form Palkia V. That must have been the top deck there. We've got all the Gholdengo in hand, so let's evolve one of them, or into one of them. And next is Team Star Grunt, I think. Let's take a peek at what that supporter does here. Thank you guys for bearing with me here as we do some research in the Professor's Lab of the Team Star Grunt. Put an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon on the top of your deck. So completely undoing that hard work of attaching an energy last turn to the Pokemon they didn't want to be attaching to, and just continuing to control this already awkward game. Let's see if our Gholdengo player can make it rain now. Gholdengo has a nice ability and attack. Its ability is coin bonus. Draw a card. If it's in the active spot when you use coin bonus, draw 2 cards. So we are seeing the coin bonus for 2 here. That Origin Form Palkia V-Star is a great grab for the next turn. So see, it cancels out. They were going to find the V-Star anyways, right? And it looks like there wasn't enough energy in hand to make it rain to use Gholdengo's attack. So they just pass things over to our Miraidon player, who's just attaching a lightning energy to their Pheasantipity EX on the bench. No need to put their Ursaluna down at this point, so they're just going to pass things back over. Completely flip-flopped game we're seeing here, as our Gholdengo player continues play by evolving into that Origin Form Palkia V-Star on the bench. Let's see if they can get energy into their hand for a knockout. They're going to actually start with the Judge. That supporter has both players shuffle their hands into their deck, and then they draw cards from the top equal to, or excuse me, they each draw 4 cards from the top. Autopilot on Iono, but this is actually Judge, the other disruption supporter we have in our standard format currently. Just a bunch of lightning energy in the Miraidon player's hand. Let's see if the Judge treated our Gholdengo player any better. Did they just grab lots of cards off of that Judge? I think they... No, we did a Judge, then a coin bonus, I believe. Okay. Alright, so we saw a Judge, then a coin bonus to draw 2 more cards. Full Metal Lab is put into play. Let's research that one there. Learning lots of new things here in the Professor's Lab today. Full Metal Lab from Temporal Forces says, Metal Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's, take 30 less damage from attacks from the opponent's Pokemon. protecting that Gholdengo there. Then Gholdengo uses its Make It Rain attack, does 50 times the amount of energy that's discarded. So 2 energy discarded from hand there, 100 damage, knocking out that iron bundle. Pheasantipity EX flies into the active spot and play continues over on its side. Bunch of energy, a stadium maybe. So Pheasantipity EX uses its Flip the Script ability. If that was a KO on the opponent's last turn, you can draw 3 cards. Next is a Lost Vacuum. You send a card to the Lost Zone in order to send a Stadium or Tool card in play into the Lost Zone. So that energy card should be in the Lost Zone there. Easy mistake to make there. Sending that Full Metal Lab into the Lost Zone, of course. There is a double turbo in hand, so that gets attached to the Pheasantipity EX, and it uses Cruel Arrow, 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Of course, it'll do 80 damage because the double turbo energy reduces attack damage by 20. So looks like 80 damage onto that bench. Origin Form Palkia V-Star, bringing it to 200 HP left. Now can we get 5 energy in hand in order to KO that Pheasantipity EX? First is a coin bonus to draw 2 cards. Next is a Wallace. Let's see the Wallace. Draw 3 cards. Your opponent may draw a card. If they do, draw 1 more card. So draw 3 or 4, depending on what the opponent does. I think they might as well just draw the card here because they need something for that next turn based off of that hand. So that means the Wallace player gets to draw 1 more card. Draw 4 is actually pretty good in the Pokemon trading card game. Monumentally better than draw 3 for whatever reason. Because 4 is more than 3. Sure. Alright, it's our player's goal to get 5 energy in hand, and part of it's with the superior energy retrieval. Discard 2 cards from your hand, and then you may put up to 4 basic energy cards from the discard pile into your hand. 2 basic energy went to the hand from the discard pile because that's all that was there so far. And it looks like they're counting it out. They've got the full 5. There we go. Discard those 5 energy. Make It Rain, 250 damage. KO the last Pokemon the opponent had in play for the game. They are checking out each other's hands here and seeing, you know, what they could have done, which was nothing. Having some fun here, getting together, playing some Pokemon cards on a Thursday night. What'd you guys think of this video and the commentary? Please leave feedback in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you players for giving us some more Pokemon action to watch. And I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.